Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA. In today's unboxing and first impressions video, we've got a package from Hiroshi Kato. Now, Kato did send me this as a sample for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I do not share this content on Kato prior publication. They will see this when you do. In addition to that, there is an affiliate link in the description box down below if you're considering buying these jeans or any other product from Kato. Please consider using that link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. Although when it goes back to the channel, I'm going to produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. Okay, so this is obviously not my first package from Hiroshi Kato. I just pointed to my Anvil shirt jacket. I also have a different pair of jeans from Kato, and I will say I do highly enjoy their offerings. So this is something new. This is their 17.5-ounce denim. This is also the first time I am trying their 4-way stretch, because I believe what is inside this box is the pencil cut, which is their slim cut jean. And while I do wear slim cut pants, I have been favoring a straight cut pant for a couple of reasons. One of which, I wear a lot of boots, maybe not this time of the year. I don't know if you could tell, I am currently sweating to death. It's about 90 outside. I'm upstairs, I live in a 2-story house, and it's incredibly hot. Just sitting in this room, I'm sweating. I don't have to do anything. I'm just dripping. So I don't wear a lot of boots in the summer, but I run more in the summer, so I have big thighs. So slim fit jeans that don't have stretch, like most of the selvage that I wear, generally it's hard to find a slim fit jean that fits me because they're either tight in the thighs or I can't get them over a lot of the boots. I do wear a lot of engineer boots and cowboy boots and things like that, so they don't fit well over them. But being summertime, I'm wearing a lot more sneakers because they're cooler than boots, and also it has the 4-way stretch, so hopefully I can fit these over my big thick thighs and still be able to move around and sit down, because that is incredibly uncomfortable when you buy selvage denim that don't have stretch and they're too tight in the thighs. You sit down. The waist, that'll stretch out half, maybe an inch. The thighs, you'll be lucky to get about a 1/4 of an inch stretch out of those, and it could be crushing in the nether regions, to say the least. So generally I have not been wearing slim fit for a while, but hopefully we can change all of that right now. And we're going to start by cracking this package on open and seeing what we have inside. We're using my trusty Brass Brigade knife. And yes, once again, it's not on my belt clip because, again, it's incredibly hot. It's probably bordering 100 degrees up here. I am sitting here in flip-flops, mesh shorts, and a t-shirt because I cannot bear to wear any more clothing other than that. So I took this off my belt. My jeans that I had on today, specifically because I like to use this knife, and I wanted to open this package with it. So, without further ado, let's get this underway. Being careful to not cut too deep because we do have soft goods inside of this box. So we always want to be careful with a knife, and then when you're done, put your knife away and back in your pocket, or in this case, off to the side, because I'm wearing mesh shorts and I'm not going to put it back in my pocket right now. But let's crack open this box. Ooh, okay. So we've got our standard postcard. And we have our jeans inside a nice dust cover, and we also do have some Hiroshi Kato branding there inside the box. So that's kind of nice. I like that. All right, so we have our nice, this is kind of a thick bag too. It's like a solid canvas. It's not just a cheap dust cover. So we got a screen printed, what do we say? American built denim, vintage meets comforts, because these have stretch in them. Hiroshi Kato EST 2013. All right. There we go. 17.5 Mammoth 4-way stretch. The pen slim fit. Size 33. Now, I will say, I originally was going to order these in a 32, which is a 17 inch one side, flat measurement, so it'd be a 34. I'm generally a 17 and a half. My last Katos I ordered in the 32 and they fit great, so I went to order these in a 32, And they recommended, because even though they have stretch, they are a heavier weight denim. I believe this is the heaviest weight denim they've ever done. They've recommended I sized up one. So I went with a 33 waist, which is, according to their size guides, a 17.5 inch. So it should still fit me fine either way. I generally wear, again, a 17 or a 17.5. I usually lean towards the 17.5, but I felt like the last time I got a pair of Katos, the 32s were a tiny bit big. That's why I went with the 32 again. But per the recommendation, I sized up because I wear belts and these will probably shrink eventually anyway, even if I don't put them in the washer and dryer, which I don't generally do with selvage. But when you hang them to dry in the sun, especially when it's this hot out, they will shrink up a little bit. So it's going to give me that little extra leeway in the waist. But I will let you know once I have them on if you actually need to size up. So first thing I'm noticing here is we have this black Kato band. The last pair I had like a red band, which I was a little worried about when I did my cold soak. I didn't want to ruin it. I didn't want it to darken. I really like that red colorway. But we have a black one. I will say it did not darken. It stayed completely fine. It stayed red the way that it was supposed to. But we do have a black one on the 17.5 ounce, so I'm fine with that. I just like that red. It was nice, but it is leather. It's thin, but it is real leather. You can feel the leather on the back. So let's pop these puppies open. Okay. Now I'm feeling them, and they don't... Oh yeah, okay, now that I put my hand inside, they do feel pretty thick. I was going to say they didn't feel too thick because just touching them from the outside, they're very smooth, which in my mind, generally I don't equate smooth with a heavyweight denim. Most of the heavyweight denim I have is a little bit neppy, so when they felt smooth, I was going to say this doesn't feel that thick. But as soon as I opened up and stuck my fingers down the pant leg, yeah, you could tell this is definitely a thicker, heavier denim. I would say now, comparing them to something that I already own, Ironheart, I have 14-ounce Ironhearts, the 634s, and even though they're 14 ounce, they feel very heavy, comparable, I'd say, even to my 21.5-ounce Bravestar Gauntlet jacket. And I would say, while this does not feel as thick as that 21.5 ounce, it does feel pretty comparable, maybe a tad bit thinner than those 14-ounce Ironhearts. So these are substantially thicker, though, because I've been mostly wearing 10.5 to I think I was wearing 12.5 ounce denim the past week because it's been so hot. So I've generally been wearing lighter weight denim. So it feels heavier than the standard 14 that I usually wear in the winter, but it certainly feels considerably heavier than the denim that I have been wearing in this, I'll go ahead and say, the heat wave that we have been in for the past month or so. But I like them. They feel good. But they're nice and smooth. They don't have a neppy feeling that I personally have been associating with heavier weight denim. So there you go. You can see my size 33 pants, Hiroshi Kato, USA made. Let's see, do we have anything on the inside here? No, there's nothing written on the pocket bags. All right, so we do have a Selvage ID on the coin pockets, and we also have our Selvage ID there inside the leg. But I like these. These are pretty dark indigo, so these should produce some pretty nice fades. Fairly high contrast, being a 17.5 ounce denim. Now these are a 4-way stretch, so let's give them a tug. Let's see. Okay, so they feel like they're stretching pretty good in the width, and yeah, they are stretching in the length, but they feel like they're giving me more in the width, which personally I'm going to prefer, especially now I'm training for a marathon. I might not look it. I don't feel like I've lost any weight, which personally I tend to not do when I'm marathon training. You burn off a lot more calories, so you think you can eat anything you want because you're burning so many calories. Also, you're incredibly hungry because you're burning off so many calories. And I feel like I actually end up gaining weight when I run a marathon as opposed to when I just do runs. I'm just training for like 5 or 10Ks or halves. But I digress. The width is where I prefer to have more of my stretch because my legs are kind of thicker right now than they would be if I wasn't training for a distance run. So when I sit down or even walk or stand, depending upon what pants I'm wearing, they could be a little bit uncomfortable. So the stretch is going to hopefully give me that little bit extra room in the pant legs to make these jeans a lot more comfortable. Now let's hit up a couple of these specs of these jeans, and you're just going to have to wait for a cut-in from Jeff from tomorrow when I wear these to work to tell you how they fit and feel, because it's just too hot. I honestly don't want to put on a pair of jeans right now. I'm dying. I'm sweating sitting here. So we'll do the specs, and we'll give you my final thoughts on how they are feeling just to the touch right now, but we will do a cut-in tomorrow with Jeff from the future to tell you exactly how they feel once they're on the body. Once again, these are the Hiroshi Kato The Pen Slim in the Indigo Raw 17.5 ounce Mammoth Selvedge. They come in at $268 USD. These do feature a 4-way stretch and a zipper fly. My pair right here is a size 33 waist, and per Kato's size guide, the 33 waist measures 17.5 inches flat. They feature a 34-inch inseam. These are made in the USA using Japanese sourced selvage denim.
And trying them on for the very first time, like any pair of selvage denim, especially a heavier weight, they are quite stiff. Now, I did not do a cold soak, and I do not intend to start off these with a cold soak, so I am just going to wear them raw and see where this journey takes me. I can say I do feel them rubbing behind the knees just a little bit, but they are not that uncomfortable. I can just kind of feel them there, so I don't think I'm going to have any issues with the raw skin behind my knees. But walking around feeling them, they are stretching to the body very nicely. I will say the only tight spot I did feel on these would have been in the pocket area. And again, that is also to be expected with any brand new stiff pair of jeans, especially so with a heavier weight denim. But moving around, I can walk freely. These are not uncomfortable at all to wear. And honestly, I can't really tell that I'm wearing a 17.5 ounce denim. While they definitely feel heavier than what I have been wearing this summer, they don't feel incredibly heavy and dense that I feel like I need to rush home and pull these off my body even if it's quite warm outside. And the stretch is working as I had hoped. I can do squats in these, and I can sit down in a chair very comfortably, and they are stretching in my thighs. So my big thick thighs right now in a slim fit pair of jeans are not an issue. So overall, I am quite satisfied with my first pair of 4-way stretch selvage denim and my first pair of heavyweight denim from Hiroshi Kato.
Now, my overall first impressions are on par with what I have come to expect from Kato. They look really good, they feel really good, and with this stretch denim, I think we're going to be able to produce some pretty nice high contrast fades a little quicker than we normally would. Because the material is stretching, it's going to be kind of thinning itself out, if you will. And I think that's going to help to kind of produce some quicker fades. So I'm very excited to put these into rotation, to really test them and see what we get out of them. Even just a month of pretty consistent wear, I want to see what these things are going to look like. So first thing tomorrow, these are going directly into rotation. I'm going to pop out of the shower and put these on for the day. And hopefully, at least in the morning, it's a little cooler so I don't die, because some of these mornings have been already 80 degrees and 1,000% humidity and they're brutal. So wearing 17.5 ounce selvage denim in those temperatures is probably going to make me show up to work a sweaty mess and then freeze in the frigid air conditioning inside the office building. But nonetheless, I will bite the bullet and do that for you so I can report back and tell you how well these wear even in blistering temperatures. So with that, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it for notifications the next time I post a brand new video, like the full real user review of my Hiroshi Kato 17.5 ounce Mammoth jeans. Good night.